Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, still here at Radio Row for Super Bowl 59. Your man Eric Wilson for the Sports Arena, and the doctor is in the house.
In the house.
Yes, she is. Dr. Janet Lockhart Jones is joining me here.
Yes.
Having a conversation, one that is all too familiar with regards to the NFL, but most importantly, with just being in life, and that is in the world of mental health. So first off, Dr. Lockhart Jones, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate this. So just so my viewing audience knows, if you wouldn't mind sharing just a little bit of background about yourself, who you are, what you've done, and just the impact that you are looking to provide here, not just with Super Bowl, but with NFL athletes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. So for the past 25 years, I've owned my own company. I'm an entrepreneur. Project Partners Consulting, Inc., now known as Lockhart Jones Consulting. And for 25 years, I've worked with leaders around the globe, helping them to become the best version of themselves. What I have realized and why I am so passionate about mental health in the NFL, what I've come to realize is that high-performing leaders, it's not about the work that they're doing that's challenging. It's really about where their head is at. And when I work with leaders now as a coach or even a leadership trainer, the problems that they share with me have nothing to do with, say, the technical aspects of their work or making the financial numbers. It's all about, how do I get people to play well together? Why do I not feel like, even though I'm at the pinnacle of my career, why do I not feel like I've accomplished anything? So you still have this doubt, you still have this anxiety, you still have this depression, and what I found out is they're looking for something else.
Right.
So what I did was I decided to, let me just take a look at what's going on in the NFL.
Okay.
And what I've learned is that post-NFL career, 25 to 35% of post-NFL players, after their career is over, suffer from either anxiety or depression. Now, those stats are very similar for players while they're in their career.
Okay.
So this, and of course, when you're going through mental health stuff, that affects your performance, that affects your decision-making capability, that affects your overall well-being. And I'm talking, Eric, from a position of experience.
Yes, and to that experience, I just want to make sure everybody understands. She has a doctorate, ladies and gentlemen, but let me just read to you her stats, if you will, since we're here at the NFL and we're here at the Super Bowl and everybody's to talk about everybody's credentials. She has a doctorate in organization and leadership, a master's of science in human resource management, and a bachelor of science in business administration. Not to mention, she is also certified in mental health first aid. So make sure we understand, this woman has spent and dedicated, as she said, 25 years of her life to this craft, to figuring out how we can all be, as she has said, and to the late great Kobe Bryant has said, let's be the best version of ourselves. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that.
Thank you for that. So what I wanted to talk about here is what's known as the mental health playbook.
Okay.
What I want to do and what I plan to do and what I'm in the process of doing is partnering with the NFL. The NFL has tremendous programs to support players coming from college into the NFL, as well as once you get into the NFL as a player.
Correct.
But that's a little bit late, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because if you think about mental illness or mental health challenges start in high school, even for your high-performing athletes. Then they get into college, and then there's the pressures of making the NFL, There's the pressures from their families, from their friends, from the NIL options that's out there and available. So we're talking about 19, 20, 21-year-olds that are going through all of those mental hoops just to try to be one of the however many people that make it.
1,553 last time I checked.
Is that what it was?
That number may have increased slightly, but the number that has always stuck in my head is, as a member of the Shield in the NFL, you are one of 1,500, and let's just say 1,560.
Right.
That's it.
And that's very elite company.
Yes.
So the mental health playbook is about a partnership with the NFL to start working with elite athletes when they enter college, and perhaps even elite athletes when they are in their senior year of high school. Because if we can get them on the road to mental wellness or mental wealth, as I call it, then that eases the burden on the NFL from having to apply so many resources to deal with the anxiety and the depression and all these other mental illness issues that can surface while these folks are playing.
And you say that in this February 2025 issue, and I'm so glad you brought this to me. Thank you.
Yes.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about tapping in, because that's essentially what you are saying here, is that if we tap in after the brain has truly formulated itself as a senior in high school, most athletes at that point know either A, they are going to make that turn and become a star player, whether it be on the college level or the professional level.
Right.
You want to address their concerns then, and create the road path, so that way, as long as they are, again, tapped into it, they keep that mental focus and that discipline.
Absolutely. Because as a person myself who has experienced mental unwellness, I mean, I know what low looks like. I know what the bottom looks like. And I also know what it took to get me out of that mindset. But here's the thing too, a lot of your players who are rookies in the NFL, they don't come from wealthy backgrounds. So many of them do not have resources, financial resources, to go and get a $300, $400 an hour mental therapist, right? So that's why I want to partner with the NFL and the NFL Players Association to put together a program that takes that financial burden off of elite athletes so that they can start to create a mindset of resilience and strength and mental wellness and mindfulness, and put them through some activities that will get them on the mental straight and narrow. So by the time they get to the NFL and try out in their rookie year, they're mentally strong. You know, they're resilient. They have been able to practice for 2 or 3 years mindfulness exercises, resilience exercises. Again, lessening the burden that the NFL would have to put forth with their psychologists, etc., in their internal programs to apply to the current players. I'm trying to tap into the opportunity to meet the needs of the players even before they join the NFL. And we know who they are, because not everybody makes it, just as you said, but it's the elite athletes, the high performing folks, just same group of folks I work with in the corporate section, the high performing athletes who need these services so they can build that mental resilience before they even hit the playing field. All
right, so I have to ask you, Dr. Jones, and thank you so much. Everybody has their goal. Everybody has their target, their end game, if you will. For you, for this opportunity with your book, the Mental Wealth Playbook, and just being able to work with the elite, what are you hoping to get from all of this in regards to you giving back to those athletes and preparing them on that one level that may be missing? You know, because we know physically they can endure. And we know that as long as they condition themselves, they can prepare themselves. But with what you're doing from the mental standpoint, what is your hope?
My hope is that this initiative will enable these 19, 20, 21, 22-year-olds who are entering the NFL to be able to fully understand the challenges, the obstacles, and the opportunities that they will run into from a mental point of view. Money is just one thing. Physical capability is just one thing, and that's typically what athletes tend to focus on. I want to be in the best physical shape, but if your mind is not there, that's going to impact your performance. So my end game is really for the NFL to say, you know what, this program is working because we are capturing these elite athletes before they even try out, what is that, the combine, or they come on board as a rookie. And by the way, let me just share this with you. In 2022, there was one team in 2022, 350 of the potential, it was 350 potential athletes for this one team. 35% were diagnosed with some type of mental illness. And this was at the rookie year. What if those issues were addressed before they became a rookie? That's what I'm trying to effect. That's my end game.
So like she says, her awareness is bringing attention to this initiative with the NFL. Her alignment is to make sure that these athletes know what they are mentally preparing themselves for before they step on the field as an NFL athlete. And her call to action is to make sure that as soon as we recognize the talent that is within these athletes, we begin to make sure that they are the best version of themselves.
Yes.
Dr. Jones, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Eric Wilson for the Sports Arena. Ladies and gentlemen, again, Radio Row here week for Super Bowl 59. Everybody stay blessed, and I will talk to you soon.